Leader of the Opposition.
Mr President, on behalf of the Labor opposition, I rise to support the statement by the Leader of the Government and to record our condolences for those affected by the tragic events in Paris. Darkness has descended on the City of Light, Mr President. 132 lives were lost in Paris on Friday evening, and no doubt more will be identified in the coming days. They were gunned down as they broke bread, as they watched a concert, as they walked the streets. There was no warning given, no mercy shown. The victims were simply enjoying the bustle and beauty of life in one of the world's greatest cities, and their lives were ended in a callous and calculated act of shocking brutality. Mr President, Paris is not simply a city. It was home to the Enlightenment, and it remains a crucible of culture and philosophy and religion. This was not simply an assault on the people of Paris or France or the West. It was an assault against all of us who believe in the universal values of liberty, fraternity and equality. We mourn the loss of life in Paris, but if we are to remain true to these universal values, we must acknowledge those lost to terror elsewhere. We should remember that a day before the tragic events in Paris, 43 lives were lost in a bombing in Beirut. 2 weeks earlier, more than 200 lives ended when a plane was wrenched from the sky over Egypt. This year alone, Mr President, hundreds have been lost to terror across the world, in places like Iraq and Afghanistan, Tunisia and Kenya. Mr President, each of these lives matter, and we must acknowledge their passing as well today. On social media, there have been many posts about what happened in Paris, and rightly so, but many more drawing attention to the fact I've just drawn attention to, and we must make sure that all lives matter. New South Wales is also not insulated from this cruel or hateful ideology. We must join together to stand against these events.
Yeah.